All right, welcome to the Cedar Point hiring session. We are going to start our session, and I'd like to introduce Kim Francis Angelo. She
Hi.
is the recruiting manager for Cedar Point, and I'm just going to have her take it away.
Wonderful. Well, thank you guys for having me. It's been a crazy time in the last couple weeks in the world and in all things business. But we are pushing forward and we're focusing on the summer and we're focusing on celebrating our 150th year anniversary. We have a lot of really great things coming up this summer, and we are super excited to have this lockdown lifted and to get everybody back out and to celebrate health and celebrate happiness and have fun again when all of this settles down. So we are still focused on opening. There's no set date as of today for our opening date. Like everyone in the world, we're kind of taking things day by day. Our offices are currently scheduled to open on the 2nd of May. And again, that's potentially could change. As we all have found, things can change very quickly. But in the meantime, we are still interviewing, we are still hiring. We have 6,000 people every year that we bring in seasonally, and we are still looking for a lot of people to fill up those roles. We do still have a lot of people that are still throughout all of this uncertainty, what's going on. We have a lot of people that are still applying every single day. So, that's a really great thing that people are thinking positive. They're thinking beyond this. This is going to pass at one point, one day, and they want to be ready. So a lot of people are out of jobs right now. Their schools might be shut down. They might not have income coming in. So to have something set up with someone like Cedar Point, knowing that once they open, it's full speed ahead and it's a strong company that is financially stable, that's going to open, that's going to be able to pay for you, give you your paycheck. All of those things are so very, very important. Like I said, we are still interviewing and hiring. So there are a few ways to apply for Cedar Point. You can text right from your phone, and you can text the word fun to the number 97211. And I'll show you that on one of the slides a little bit later. You can also, and actually, let me have this screen open. There you go. So can you see the stuck inside screen? Yes. Okay, perfect. So at the bottom, you'll see you can text the word fun to 97211. You can also click on this QR code, and that will take you directly to our apply page. And there's a lot of options. So it's kind of, Cedar Point is kind of like its own little city. We have all positions from, not just your expected ride operators or, hotel and things like that, but we have people that are food and beverage. We have waitresses and waiters. We have housekeeping. We have front desk. We have in the park, we have people doing landscaping. We have maintenance. We have park operations and admissions. There definitely are the ride operators, which is so very important. So we have a lot to offer, and we have competitive wages, and we're very, very flexible. So, Cedar Point has come a really long, far way in these last 5 to 10 years in terms of making things much more flexible and accommodating to our workers. So I think in the past, maybe when my parents were younger and their generation was coming to work at Cedar Point, they might work over 40 hours, and they might work over 5 days a week, and that was just kind of expected, just because that was the nature of human nature in terms of how businesses operated. Now we're really being flexible, and we want to have flexible schedules. We want to work around people that have 2 jobs. We work around people that have families. We work around sports and things like that that are going on, because everyone has stuff going on nowadays. So we really are accommodating to all of that. There are a couple different types of things that you could apply and be hired into. So, being that this is a college and a university, I wanted to first touch base on our internships. Cedar Point internships, they basically are all surrounded by our cornerstones. So they all have the basis of safety, service, courtesy, and cleanliness. Those are our foundations of our company and our business and our day-to-day operations. They're all bound together with integrity, and we really stand behind who we are and what we're doing and keeping people safe and keeping people happy and keeping people having fun in a clean environment with top quality, high service, customer service, with integrity wrapped up with that. Cedar Point has been known, it's always a destination kind of place to go. I personally grew up in the Cleveland area, and to me, growing up back in the 80s and the 90s, to me, Cedar Point was not something that I ever considered because it was so far away. To me, it was about an hour and 10 minutes or so, and it was only a destination. It was only a place to go to have fun, but never did I consider working there. I did know that Cedar Point offered housing and dorms, but being naive and not really knowing, I always assumed that that was for their international students that they brought in. Come to find out, Cedar Point we have 3,000 we can hold up to 3,000 individuals in our dorms. We are run just like a college campus. We have RAs, which we hire for. We have deans, a dean that runs the whole entire thing. We have an associate life department that operates and holds all kinds of different events, activities, functions, trips. So there is so much more to Cedar Point than just coming and experiencing it as a customer and riding the rides. We are focused on making people happy, and everything that we do is to bring a smile to someone's face. So working at Cedar Point, you really do have that internal kind of gratification that you're doing the right thing, you're doing something good, and people are walking away with great memories. And it's because of you, and it's because of our people. Cedar Point wouldn't be what it was today if it wasn't for the people that we hired and that we staffed. So this year is our 150th year celebration. We are one of the oldest parks in the US that have been able to celebrate 150 years. Cedar Point has come really far. It used to be more of kind of a destination beach environment, and now, as you know, it is a huge amusement park that draws in thousands of people every single day. This year with our 150th, we have a lot of new things coming. We're going to have a daily parade. There's going to be a lot more events. There's going to be a lot more activities all surrounding that 150th year anniversary. Regarding our internship roles, we do hire interns all the time, and it is a great opportunity for students. We have our students that are internships, the interns come in and we place them in a multitude of roles. And as you see on the screen, you can go anywhere from associate, team member, supervisor, area supervisor, and operations supervisor. We promote based on performance. And so if someone is brought in as a supervisor and they're doing phenomenal, we have absolutely zero problems taking that person and moving them up. Our internships really do offer a lot of real world experience. In addition to not only just being in a business environment, but also dealing and working with people that are from out of the country. We have 3,000 students every year that come in on J1 visas, which are work-study travel programs from other countries. They pay a lot of money through these programs in their countries to come here and experience the United States, to get work experience. And so you're involved in working with other cultures. Right now, with everything going on in the news, there have been some countries that have closed down to allowing students to go out of their countries or coming here for these different programs. And the countries that are hit with this virus, we are actually allocating those J1 spots to other countries. And bringing them and reallocating them to still bring in people from other countries. So our internships, you're exposed to a lot of people that are coming in from around the world, different cultures, different ways of doing things, and it really gives you some great experience. Let's see, okay. This is our summer work travel program that I was just mentioning about. We won't spend too much time on this, but again, we do bring up close to 3,000 students every year. There are quite a few returning students that come back that have great experiences. And the mission of an internship is really to extend the depth of learning that students are going to receive in their specific chosen study of field or field of study. We want you to gain more real world experience in the area that you are learning about. And we want you to use your skills and your abilities to bring them to us. And then we can grow and build on those, and we can combine our talents and really be successful. Internships that we have available in the different different areas. We have merchandise, food and beverage, resorts and hotel operations, human resources, marketing, park operations. And under park operations, there are several different kind of little subsets. We have our admissions, we have special events, we have rides and aquatic operations, supply chain management. It goes, we have things in purchasing. So anything that you could be studying in college, you could essentially come to Cedar Point and get an internship for that and get some great experience. We are committed to developing our seasonal seasonal interns. We have a seasonal leadership conference that our about 125 seasonal leaders attend every single year before the start of the season. And we have Young Professional Club, and we do a lot to really teach and to help our interns to be trained on different areas. So one of the future slides, I'll talk a little bit about the different training that we offer in terms of the leadership or conflict resolution, or working with other cultures and that sort of thing. So we really do put a lot of effort into that. We also have opportunities to offer mentorship for students. If there's a specific person that they're familiar with in the industry and they want to learn more from that individual, we also provide that. In our park operations and merchandise division, those individuals, they can they partake in projects. I believe it's 1 or 2 projects throughout the year, and they then go ahead and present that to the senior management team. So they have a lot of experience, not only working in the business, but also putting things together professionally and presenting them in front of individuals that are their management team. This is talking about the training I was just mentioning. So we have all kinds of training that we offer to our interns, starting off from creating positive guest experience and positive customer service, to leadership versus management, conflict resolution, coaching and counseling, all the way to the fundamentals of leadership. So we really want to arm the interns with as much knowledge and real world experience that they possibly can gain from having an internship at Cedar Point. For our internships, we also partner with some outside companies, such as Kings Island or Progressive Field, so that our internships can also spend a little bit of time studying the operations at similar destinations. During this time, our interns would, they would go on different trips. They would spend some time shadowing other interns in similar positions as their own, so they can get a real world behind the scenes look at how this kind of translates to other companies. I know I spoke about the dorm type, college type campus that we have for our living situation, for our all those individuals that live on campus. Because we have so many individuals, we do offer a ton of opportunities for individuals to, not just come to Cedar Point to work or for their internship and come back and forth to work and go to sleep when they come back to their dorm. You should see up on the screen now the 2020 Associate Summer Events Calendar. This is just to give you an idea as to the types of things that we offer our associates, interns, associates, J1 students, anyone that is employed by us, whether they're living on campus or they're commuting from Cleveland or Toledo, or they live in Sandusky and don't live on campus. These types of things are offered to all of our employees. We have over 40 bus trips that we have orchestrated. They might go to New York, Washington, DC, Chicago. We have 14 different exclusive ride nights that are specific to our associates, so they can come to the park at night during certain hours and just run around and ride the rides and have fun without, the public. There are 3 Cedar Point Shores water park nights. We also have employee food days and parties. So they're different cookouts, game nights, movies on the beach. There's a lot that goes into orchestrating and making sure that it's a full-blown, full-rounded experience for our interns and our associates as well. So all of these perks that you're seeing here, this type of summer events calendar, this is showing you something for all of our staff, interns and associates as well. We also have sports tournaments. There is kind of like a student union on the campus that has a lot of ping pong tables and pool tables. They have couches, and there's a little canteen for snacks and food. There's a little shop in there. They have volleyball courts and basketball courts and soccer stuff outside. So it's really a fully functioning, campus with dorms, and you learn and you meet a lot of great people, and then we offer transportation right into the park. We also offer, as other both intern and associate perks, there's free access to ride Sandusky public transportation with your Cedar Point ID. There's discounts at local businesses. We have an on-site employee clinic and a bistro. We have complimentary Cedar Point admission tickets that our associates and interns are privy to. Merchandise discounts, food and beverage discounts, free uniforms and laundering of your uniforms. And the housing, I will touch base one more time about that. Our housing is so very, in my opinion, it is so very inexpensive. Depending on the location that you live in, it could be either $9 or $10 a day. So that is also not something that you're not given an invoice, or you don't have to pay your rent at the end of every month. We actually take your daily housing rate right out of your paycheck every single day. So if you think about it, it's kind of like the first hour that you work throughout a day. Typically, that's going to pay for your housing, and the rest is for you to, save and spend and enjoy. So we really do. The housing is just such a great opportunity, being that it's right there on campus. It has everything to offer. You can come to and from work, and it's inexpensive at the same time. So a great opportunity for a lot of high school or college students that basically come home for the summer and are looking for something to do. This is another way of not having to go home and move back into mom and dad's house, which is always so very difficult after being in school and on your own and independent. Let's see. So here's just one of our testimonials of a student from college down in Florida. This student started off in a position and very quickly got promoted into a supervisory role. A lot of these students will, spread the word, and this particular college of Rosen College of Hospitality Management down in Florida is just outside of Disney. And a lot of these students will come up here because they get more managerial type roles that they're able to get experience in. versus having so much competition down in Florida with all the different parks and everybody trying to vying for those jobs. Regarding our internships, if you have any questions, you can reach out to careers@cedarpoint.com. You can also apply to our internships. And if you apply directly to our internships, it is www.cedarpoint.com/internships. Another way is you can just text that FUN to 97211. Or you can go again to the QR code, and I'll bring that up for you in just a moment. Oh, that's not coming up on my screen. So I will bring up that in just a second. Here, in regards to kind of switching gears a little bit, in regards to our summer jobs, and at Cedar Point, we have jobs in all different areas, as I was mentioning, from entertainment to aquatics, being lifeguards, janitorial, custodian, IT, hotel hospitality, group sales, security, merchandise, retail, ride operations. All of these positions can all be found online at cedarpoint.com/jobs. Or again, you can text FUN to 97211. Here's a list again of all those benefits. This is for our associates, so it's a little bit different and a little for associates versus the interns. But you do get so many tickets for your family and friends. You personally, with your ID, it's a free pass to come and go from the park as you please. So it's kind of like having your year park, right on you at all times. You can come and go, even if you don't live on campus. Let's say you're going to school at Toledo, but you live in, I don't know, Fort Clinton or somewhere kind of in between. I'm not too familiar with many areas in between. Maybe, I don't know if Finley is there or not. But, kind of going between those 2 points of interest. If you live between those two, driving to and from work or an internship at Cedar Point is also doable. So, you don't necessarily have to stay on campus. You can commute back and forth. And we are open to continuously interviewing and hiring. As I mentioned in the beginning, we are having our sites straight on opening up in the summer. No, we don't have a specific date in mind because we're kind of working day by day with the government. And kind of taking their lead. But as soon as everything is lifted and we're able to move forward, we're super excited to celebrate our 150th anniversary, and we hope that you are all by our side to do so. We hope to offer you jobs. We hope to offer you smiles and fun and an opportunity to make great memories, whether it's in the form of a job experience, an internship, or as a customer. So we're super excited and excited for the dust to settle and for things to get back up and running.
Thank you so much for this information.
Sure.
I just learned so much about all the opportunities that are at Cedar Point. I can attest that once this is all lifted, I will be there celebrating with all the interns and everybody on this call. So I did have a question. Can you say again how many interns that you have each summer, and then what is the timeline for the internship?
Sure. We have, sorry, I'm also somewhat new to the company, so I want to make sure I get those statistics just right for you. I am going to end the slideshow. And okay, so we have several hundred interns that come every summer. It depends on the area of interest that they're working in, and in terms of how many are in each area. And in regards to time frame, it's typically, that I want to say it's about a 2-month program, but I'm not 100% sure on that, so I don't want to give you that number. It's going to be, I believe it's the typical, whatever your typical internship is, time frame. So I apologize. I can't give you more detail on it.
No, that's great. Thank you. And then, sorry, I have another question. You talked about the dorms and the residence halls and there being like a dean and associate life and a trips and all that fun stuff, which is very exciting. Do you have, are those full-time positions or are those also interns that are helping with that?
So those are full-time positions. And a lot of times we actually advertise to a lot of the colleges that their current RAs or resident assistants, we are kind of, we don't only take them in as those positions, but we do love to have someone that's already been in that opportunity, been in that position, already dealt with things that we could essentially build on with what we are training, and help them for the summer kind of stay in that role and keep that experience going. So I don't believe that the dean at this point in time is, that position is not available, but the RAs, they're definitely looking to fill more.
Great. Does anybody else have any questions?
No?
All right. Well, we are definitely going to upload this onto our YouTube channel and send it out to all of our student groups and all of our platforms as well too, so everybody can get all the information.
Wonderful.
And I really, really appreciate your time today.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for having me and for sharing, all this information. We are so excited to really work more with individuals in Toledo, just in general. It's so close that it really, it really is a perfect, kind of the perfect partnership. So we're very excited and thank you again.
Thank you. Stay well.
You too. Stay healthy. Bye, guys. See you this summer. Bye.
Yeah.